Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing another part of my makeup collection. Today I thought we would do primers, kind of like moisturizers and setting sprays. I would like to get all of this, like, I feel like the primers and the setting sprays, the concealers, the foundations is kind of all like the admin side of makeup, in my opinion. It's the stuff that like needs to happen, but you're not going to have a ton of fun with it. It just sort of is what gives you your blank canvas to do your more fun stuff with like your eyes and your lips and your blush and that sort of a thing. So we're going to keep going with this, and then I'll get into all of the fun stuff in the next couple videos. So recently, like I said in the last video, if you didn't see it, I will link it right here and also down below. I said that recently I have been buying a ton of primers and foundations and that sort of a thing. I'm just in this new phase where I want to get the base of my makeup down a lot better than it is and then play with all of the fun stuff that I have. So I've got a ton of primers to go through. We're not going to ramble any longer. We're just going to get straight into it. The first one that I've got is this Charlotte Tilbury Wonderglow Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash. This is the most beautiful, radiant highlighting primer. I love this stuff. It is just so beautiful. It gives you like this beautiful, warm, pearlescent kind of a feel to it. I just love it so much. A little bit on the pricey side, but again, this is also somewhat hydrating. So it's got a little blurring, a little reflect, and a little hydration all in one. I am obsessed with this, and I love the way it looks in the package. It kind of looks like a lava flow, which is really cool. Next couple of primers, these are new to me. These are from e.l.f. I have the Hydrating Face Primer and also the Tone Adjusting Face Primer. I love the Tone Adjusting Face Primer. I thought it was maybe going to be a dupe for the Becca Radiance Face Primer, like the purple one. It is not. This is so purple, but I absolutely love it. It is very like color correcting in the sense of it tone adjusts. It just kind of gives your whole face like this one note sort of feel and just makes it the perfect canvas to throw foundation on over. It's more alike the Urban Decay Optical Illusion primer, which is the one that kind of like, again, it tone adjusts, it kind of just blurs your whole face. This is kind of more like that. The hydrating one, I'm not a big fan of. I thought that this was going to be more along the lines of like when the Smashbox had their hydrating primer. This one I find is a little bit greasy. I don't like the way it blends out. And I don't want hydrating because I feel like a grease ball. I want hydrating because it's melting into the skin and actually hydrating this. I'm not a big fan of this one. Again, I've only tried it a few times. I do need to give it a little bit more love and just see. But my first impressions were not great. These aren't really primers. They're more moisturizers, but these are the Glamglow Glowstarter Mega Illuminating Moisturizers. I've got two. I have the shade Nude Glow and Sun Glow. I am obsessed with these. They are so beautiful. I put these on when I'm not wearing any other makeup. They are so hydrating, so like, oh my god. And they smell fantastic. They smell like Terry's chocolate oranges. They've got like a kind of citrusy and also kind of like a cocoa sort of scent to them. They are just beautiful. And I bought two because sometimes I am a little bit more tanned, as you guys know. And I just like the glow that this gives. I do wear it a lot as a standalone in the summertime if I'm running out of the house. Honestly, this is the one product too that I will wear to work in the morning. I will just put it on just to make myself feel a little bit more hydrated, a little bit more glowy, a little bit more alive. They are so good. I'm pretty sure there's a third shade. I don't have it, but I could not recommend these more. I have the new Benefit Porefessional Hydrate Primer. I would have showed you guys this in my last giant haul. It was probably like my first haul of the year. I don't mind this. I'm not a big pore filling person. I do have them. Everybody does. But every time that I found that I was trying to pore fill, it just made them more obvious. It accentuated them more, and I hated that. I do really like this one though. It is a bit thinner of a consistency than its predecessors have been. It does blend out a little bit better, and it does feel very hydrating, which I think helps keep it from settling into pores as much. Like I think some of the problems is when you get dry in those areas, liquids just kind of like cling to dry patches, so I do like that this is hydrating. It's not my favorite pore filler or blurring primer at all, but it's definitely better than the two previous ones that I tried, which were the Pearl one and the original Porefessional. I would consider getting this in a full size, but I need to finish this little one up and see how I feel after that. Another sort of like, I don't know if I'd call this a pore filler or just a smoothing primer. This is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I guess it's kind of a pore filler because it is a little thicker. It's got like a kind of like icing sort of a consistency. I really like this. It goes on completely like without coloration, which is nice. It works really well all over the nose, up in the T-zone, anywhere that you just need to smooth out an area. It is really, really nice. I do like it. Still not my favorite one. I'll show you guys that one next, but a really, really, really good alternate. My favorite one, and I was trying to keep myself off this bandwagon for forever, is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This stuff is amazing. I was so hesitant when I bought it, but it just like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just like completely masks any, you know, it's more blurring than pore filling, but it does blur out your pores. It's like taking an eraser to your face. It just gives you the most gorgeous, gorgeous canvas to apply your foundations, to apply your concealers, your bronzers, whatever it is. And it doesn't act weird with any foundation I've put it with. It is so, so good. It is so, so expensive. I've kind of hemmed and hawed about buying other Tatcha products in the past, and I always shy away because of the price tag, but I bought this one in a mini size kind of near the cash, and I would definitely buy a full size of this. It's so good. I've got this Pure Correcting Primer. This is the Hydrate and Balance. At one point, this was like my dupe to the Smashbox Hydrate one, which they don't make anymore. I do really like this. It's got like that kind of like gel-like consistency that the Smashbox ones have, more of like that clear hydro burst sort of feeling. It is cooling. It is, I don't know how correcting it is, but it is definitely really cooling on the face. It does take a little while to dry down, but eventually it will soak in entirely. I really, really like this. Another kind of one I have like that is the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate. This one is not as good as the Pure one, but it's still fine. This one just kind of comes out as like a normal cream. It is very hydrating, and it soaks into your skin a lot faster. I find that the other one has a nicer feel on the skin. It is a little bit more weightless, and because of that kind of cooling effect, like my hand still feels very cool in the area I put it in. I put this one on more recently and I can't feel it anymore. So for a drugstore option, it is really, really good. It does melt into your face really nicely. Again, it doesn't act weird with any foundations or anything like that. I just prefer the Pure one. This is a kind of a primer. I was hemming and hawing about putting this in my concealer video, and I ended up not. This is the Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. It's just like this like kind of pinkish, put it here, primer for underneath your eyes. I do put it on a little, like before I put concealer on. It gives kind of a brightening effect prior to putting concealer on. It was kind of an impulse buy. Did I need it? No, I didn't. Would I buy it again? No, I wouldn't. It does do what it's meant to, but I still do prefer like the Becca Under Eye Brightener or the Catrice Brightener to this one. The Cover FX Gripping Primer. This one was a hot topic last year. This stuff is so good. It has the consistency of, I feel like, a peel mask. Like it just feels super, it feels grippy. Like it feels really thick. It feels like when you put it on, you're like, oh my God, what did I just put on my face? Like it feels like it's gonna dry down into a peel mask, but it doesn't. Like if you just give it time, it's always a little sticky, but it gives you like this springiness to your skin, which is like the firming part, and it really does grip down to any foundation you use. It is so amazing. I'm obsessed with this. Let's talk about something I'm not obsessed with. This is the NYX Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer. It's supposed to be a dupe for, I don't remember. Something. I don't remember what this is a dupe for. Some kind of blurring something or other. Oh, my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I hate this. It smells weird. It doesn't melt into the skin nicely. You guys would have seen it in that video. I can't stand this primer. I wish I hadn't bought it. I know I bought it just to be like, oh, it's a cheaper version of the same thing. 100% not. This stuff, in my opinion, I know a lot of people love this, so please remember that anything I'm saying is just my opinion. It's my reaction with my face. I hate this. I definitely don't recommend that primer. Another Smashbox primer. This is the Photo Finish Radiance primer. This is kind of similar to the Charlotte Tilbury one and like the Becca one. It's just this like pinkish kind of glowy sort of a primer. I'm sure you can't even tell where it is anymore. I've got so much crap on my hands. It is really nice. It gives kind of like a slight bronzing to the skin as well, which is really nice. And again, like all Smashbox does primers one of the best. Like I miss their hydrating primer, but like their original like studio finish primer, photo finish primer, whatever it was called, was so good. Like Smashbox does primers better than almost anybody else. I really like this stuff. I've got the No Poreblem primer. This is by Touch in Soul. This came out in a BoxyCharm. I really like this. It is kind of like, I don't know, it feels like nothingness. Like it blends out into absolutely nothing. It doesn't, like, it settles into your pores and blurs them without like filling them like a crazy amount or caking them up or making them stand out super obvious. And foundation sits really well on it, which is nice because especially when you put like a pore filling primer on and then your foundation clings to it, it's just like showing off where you put it anyway, and it like almost makes it worse. So I really like this. I have this MAC Prep and Prime Pore Refiner stick. It's just like one of these like blur sticks. It's really nice. Again, it feels like not much. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what that Tatcha Silk Canvas does, just not as good. I've had this for a long time. It is really good. I'm kind of at the point where I just need to remember to use it and use it up. I wouldn't rebuy it because I do prefer other ones, but this is a really good alternate. I've got a couple of these Becca primers. So I have the Backlight priming filter, which is the shimmery one, and I have the First Light priming filter. I used to have them both in this size, but I use this one up. I like this one. It gives you a really nice glow. This is almost completely used up, which is nice, but this one is by far my favorite of the two. They do completely different things. This one is hydrating, it's color correcting, it's complexion enhancing. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, a little bit of a radiance to it. It is just so good. It feels so good on the skin. I've got two of these Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizers. I have the original and the crystal one. I don't use these a ton anymore. I kind of got away from these sort of like primer water sort of dealy things. They're fine. It's supposed to be a primer and a moisturizer in one, but to be honest, I would rather either use a hydrating primer or a moisturizer and then a primer for whatever I really needed that day than these. They're very fluid. They're very sticky. They're good, but again, they're not my favorite. I have two of these Hourglass primers. I have the Veil primer and I also have the primer serum. I do really like these. Are they worth how much they cost? No, probably not. This one is really good. It just sort of gives your skin this veil to it. This one is kind of like a more hydrating one. It is a serum primer. I don't even know if this is any good anymore. I've had it for quite a while. It does feel a little bit greasy on the skin. I would think that this would actually be better for people like me that have dry skin than if you had oily skin. You might not like it as much. I don't mind it. I don't use it a ton, but it is still really nice. The last one that I have, I forgot about, it was in the bottom, is another e.l.f. primer. This is the Illuminating Face Primer. I don't even know if I've swatched this yet, to be honest. I think I just sort of, oh wow, okay. It's yellow. Oh God. Oh, that's horrible. Look at that. It's not showing up on camera. Like on camera, I'm sure it looks fine. In person, under light, it is like yellow. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that in there, how yellow it is. Oh gosh, no. Okay, so that's gonna end up going bye-bye the way of the dodo. I hadn't tried this yet. I didn't know how I felt about it. Now I do. Not great. Also, something I noticed is like you think you're getting a ton of primer and then you realize it's kind of like hollow in the bottom. Not great. Next, we're gonna talk about a couple of like moisturizers or like pre-primers that I have. So the first one that I have came in a BoxyCharm. This is the Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacier Water Cream. I love this stuff. It is like one of the best water bombs I've ever tried. It is just so good. Sorry, I need to get this off my hand. All right, I feel a little bit better now because that glow craps off my hand now. This is so good. It is just the most fluid, like, oh, it's so, so hydrating. Again, it doesn't act weird with makeup. It doesn't really have much of a smell to it, which is nice. And kind of like that Smashbox primer, it feels really cooling when you put it on. It does say glacier, so I do expect that. Really, really nice product. Another thing that I have, this is the Caudalie cream sorbet or moisturizing sorbet. I've had these products, like not necessarily this specific tube, but I've used this product since the early days of my YouTube. It is a really, really nice moisturizer. It feels really, really good for people with sensitive skin, which it does say for sensitive skin. It's fantastic. It will not make you break out. It will make you feel hydrated. If you're not into water bombs, this one has a bit more of a like thick texture to it. It doesn't look very good. I think it might have separated. Yeah, this one's bad. It's completely separated. I can just see it in the color. But it is really nice. It's really moisturizing. It takes a while to soak in, but totally, totally worth the wait. Just get one that's new and not expired. So that's going to go in the garbage. I've also got these two Tatcha things. So I've got the Deep Cleanse, which is, I don't know, a cleanser. I haven't used this one yet, but I have used the water cream. I like this. I think it's nice. Is it my favorite water cream? No. I kind of got them as like a gift with my Sephora points. It's fine. I'm glad I got a little size instead of a big size. I don't know that I would repurchase this because I know how expensive it is. I don't think it's worth that kind of money, but it's a nice cream. I've also got these two, like, I keep them together because they're kind of similar. So this is the Wonderglow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. It is an oil. It is very thin, but it's got some like pink reflect in it. It's really nice. And then this is the No Poreblem Prime Essence. So this just like gives your skin like a boost of hydration. It is really nice as well. I don't use these a ton. I probably should, but they're fine. Got Farsali Unicorn Essence, these drops. I haven't used them in a time, but again, kind of like that Wander Beauty thing. It's just like these little drops of like shimmer that you put on your face, and they go really well with all makeup. I've never had a problem, and they just sort of like give you, like, say you were having a day where you were super, super dry, but you still wanted to be moisturized. I would reach for these over like a, no, that makes no sense. A day you were super dry, but you also wanted to be kind of glowy. I would reach for these over an illuminating primer. I would use these and then maybe in conjunction with a moisturizing primer or something like that. These have a little bit more moisture in them because they are liquid than the other ones do. And the last sort of thing like this I have, these are these antioxidant quench and glow serum from Cypress, I think is how you pronounce this. I don't really know. Nobody's ever corrected me. These are okay. They've got an intense smell to them. They've got like this milky color. They're not my favorite, but they're pretty good. They definitely do quench the skin, which is nice. But for me, I'm more inclined to reach for like a moisture balm or something like that, like a cream, than this sort of a fluid thing, but they are really nice. Last thing I'm going to talk about in this particular video are my setting sprays. I have got quite a few. I'm sure nobody needs this many. So the first one I've got is this Marc Jacobs Recover Perfecting Coconut Setting Mix. I've had this for a while. I'm honestly just trying to use it up. My favorite thing about this is the mister. Like, it is the most, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on camera. I'll just see. Like, it gives the most fine dissipated mist. It is absolutely my favorite in terms of that. In terms of the product itself, it is good. I like it. It is not my favorite. It's got kind of a funny smell to it. It always sort of has, like, I know mine's old, but like, it always smelled like coconut, but like not the same way that my Fix Plus coconut smells. I don't know. It's more like, I don't know how to describe it. It is really good. It is really expensive. Is it worth that? No. I think that there are other setting sprays that do just as good of a job as this one does for less money. I have this One Iconic London Prep Set Glow setting spray. It came in like a BoxyCharm or something. It is one of these like glowy ones. I'm sure you guys can see it in the movements in the bottle. It's nice, but like I have a couple that have some like shimmer to them, and this one is like glitter shimmer. Like this one is the most intense shimmer. I would prefer a more subtle one because at this point, by the time I'm getting to setting sprays, I'm already highlighted, bronzed. I've already got all the glow I need. If I'm going to a rave, maybe. I don't do that though. Even to like a nice night out, I would reach for one of my other glowy setting sprays before this one. I just think that this one is so glowy. Speaking of my other glowy setting sprays, these are the two I'm talking about. So I've got the Fix Plus Gold and the Fix Plus Pink. I'm just going to kind of show you. They have that same sort of like glimmer to them. It's just a little bit more, that's not the one, subtle. Like, do you see what I'm talking about? Like when this one, before I shook it, it was clear and just had some stuff hanging at the bottom, much like these ones did. Like you guys can still see all of that like product and crap stuck at the bottom. But I much prefer these ones. They give you the most beautiful light kind of glow to them. I'm actually just going to spray all three and just kind of show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully it shows up. I don't know if this is going to show up, and I also put it in like the worst possible spot. No, it won't. Okay, well, whatever. Having sprayed those, I can see that these give you like a super fine pearlescent effect, whereas this one is almost like straight up glitter spray. I'm not a big fan of it. Speaking of MAC setting sprays, I do have my regular Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is the coconut scent. This particular one came out in the Fruity Juicy collection. I've also got like a baby one for travel, and I literally just refill this one with this one. It's my favorite setting spray. It works as a setting spray, as a refreshing spray. Also works really well if you want to add a little bit more pop to some of your glitter shadows. This is my favorite setting spray, probably of all time. It's really good. And they have a ton of different scents now. Like there's like a cucumber scent, coconut, rosewater, lilac. I think they still have the original, which is unscented. They're really nice. I also have this MAC mineralized charged water. I don't even think they make this anymore, and I have like half left. Again, this is something I'm trying to use up because they don't make it anymore. So A, I can't repurchase it. B, I don't really use it on my channel because as much as I like to keep limited edition products and discontinued products for myself, it's not fair to show them to you guys unless I can provide you an alternate. And I don't know, this is good, but whatever. That's more of a refreshing spray. It will set your makeup, but you know. Got this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. This is quite similar to the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I really like this. I'm a big fan, again, of the misting capabilities. It gives like a wide spray, a very fine spray. It's just very nice. It feels really nice on the skin. It does smell a little alcohol-y, which I'm not a big fan of, but whatever. This one is one of my new favorites. This is my Glamglow Glow Setter Makeup Setting Spray. This smells so freaking good. Like, even just to like, it has a similar to smell to the two Glamglow Glow Getters I showed you earlier. It's like that chocolatey orange kind of a smell. It's so good. It holds your makeup all day. It's very refreshing, and heck, even just to wake up and spray this on your face, it would feel so nice. I love Glamglow. They have such good products. I've only got a few more, so I have a mini version of the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is actually almost used up. Eventually, I am going to buy a full size, and I'm going to keep the mini bottle, again, for traveling purposes, because I hate taking these giant ones with me. This is one of the best setting sprays on the market. It is so good. It lasts for forever and a day. It really makes sure your makeup doesn't budge. It's so good. I have this Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I am kind of like neither here nor there with this. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't see the dewy finish effect, to be completely honest. It definitely holds your makeup. It feels very hydrating when you put it on. But dewy, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't noticed it. That's just my opinion on that. The last one I haven't even taken out of the box yet. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Makeup Setting Mist. I used to have this in a small size. Honestly, one of the reasons I like this so much is I like it for the smell. It's got a cucumber smell, and I really like it. It's a good product, so I'm not going to get rid of it. So that is everything for this video. Man, I've gotten through a lot of stuff here. This is going to be one of the shorter ones. But yeah, again, like I said with the last one, if you guys are seeing products that I'm missing out of my collection that I should have, comment them down below. Let me know what they are. If you see products that I hate that you love, you know, feel free to tell me that too, or that I love and you hate. I love hearing from you guys, so give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.